Hello there, it's ShadowPenguin and welcome back to another video. This week I bring you the Green Pact Traitor. The Green Pact Traitor was born in Valenwood, and her abiding memory from her formative years was a strict adherence to the Green Pact. From the age of 5, she was taught to care for the forest and understand its rhythms, to live in perfect synergy with the natural world. This of course included cannibalism, an aspect of the Green Pact around which our build was deeply uneasy. Whereas the others in her community would lick their lips at the sight of a carcass, be it animal or indeed humanoid, the mere thought of consuming another sentient being filled her with revulsion. This quirk of her existence became more difficult to hide growing up, and eventually it was discovered by her family, after she flat out refused to eat a fallen Bosma hunter. Some other families may have been of a more considerate mindset, bearing in mind that the Bosma were the only culture which not only permitted, but endorsed cannibalism. However, her parents were zealots, with a devotion to the pact bordering on fanaticism. Therefore, despite having a model daughter, a perfect hunter, light of foot who adhered to almost all of the stipulations of the Green Pact, they were deeply disappointed, and over the period of a few years, drifted away from their daughter. This in turn bred despondence and gradually anger from our build. Since she felt it was deeply unfair that she was being ostracised for showing what she thought to be basic compassion. This led her to become disillusioned with not only the pact, but her culture as a whole, and this came at a time when the Thalmor were beginning to flex their iron grip over Valenwood. Her parents, of course, were amongst those who resisted, being funded by the Penitus Oculatus to commit acts of sabotage and sometimes even murder, in order to thwart the invaders. The Green Pact Traitor knew of this, and decided in what could be described as a moment of weakness to contact the authorities, alerting them to the hitherto undiscovered actions of her parents and much of her old community. The justiciar who she notified was haughty and snorted in derision when approached by a Bosma teenager, but he began to take interest as she began to speak. The Thalmor arranged a team of soldiers led by the justiciar to catch the saboteurs red-handed, since our build had given information on their next targets, overheard from a conversation between her parents. She did not join the squad on their raid. She was already burdened with guilt, having sold all those who had ostracised her, yes, but also raised her to make her who she was. She was offered money by the Thalmor by way of reward, and she used it to get as far away from Valenwood and her painful memories as possible. She spent years travelling, even spending 2 years amongst the orcs, in one of their strongholds in Orsinium. Eventually she arrived in Skyrim, where she was surprised and captured by a band of Stormcloaks, who held her under suspicion of working for the Thalmor. They walked for 3 days until at Darkwater Pass the group fell victim to an ambush. Amongst a hail of arrows and clashing of metal, our build was able to slip free of her bonds and grab a longbow. She downed the Stormcloak who tried to stop her escape, as well as 2 legionaries in quick succession, but her 4th arrow bounced off the rim of the hastily raised shield of a centurion before he charged and smashed into her with his full weight behind his strike, flinging her against the rock. Her unconscious form was hoisted up onto a cart, before she and the surviving Stormcloaks were taken to Helgen to await execution. From there, your story begins. The stat spread for this build is 50% health and 50% stamina. The gear you will be using is Zephyr, very useful for a combat archer, since it has a 30% firing speed bonus, Thalmor armour, and fur boots. Your skills will be archery, light armour, alchemy, to add poisons to your arrows, since remembering our build does not follow the Green Pact, as well as restoration and sneak. However, the last 2 of these will be invested in to a lesser degree. Your imperative quest will be the Civil War quest on the side of the Stormcloaks, as she is driven by guilt to try anything she can to destroy the Thalmor, as well as the companions, as you will elect to join the circle. That's all for this build. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and see you next time with another video.